Hey guys, welcome back to my NCIS. We are here with our 2 episodes for the week. We're going to have episode 19 and 20. I don't really have any recap or anything to do right now. Other than to say, if you are watching on YouTube, I would appreciate, if you haven't already, to give a quick sub to the channel for more videos, of course. Right then, let's jump into the first of the 2. This is episode 19 of season 4.
Yeah. Our anonymous caller was supposed to meet us here 3 hours ago, boss. How should we call it?
I would love to, but he claims he has information on a terrorist attack, so here we sit.
Close. Meet me at 408 Millstone Avenue. I will explain all inside.
I prefer the meeting on the street.
I do not.
I think we just did.
Yeah, I got him.
How do you want us to handle this?
Pick him up. I'll be right behind you.
Well, something's clearly going to go wrong here, isn't it? Oh, they are so dead. Your agents are dead.
Nelson and I went to Fletzy together. I was at his wedding 2 months ago.
It's Agent Cassidy's team out of the Pentagon, Tony.
They were attacked.
Oh.
Is she okay?
She survived.
Our men weren't as lucky.
Well, what the hell happened?
We're gonna find out, you know.
Grab your gear!
Yeah, they were led straight into that building. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance, did they?
Flags of Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Saudi Arabia.
Their deaths were almost immediate, if that's any consolation, Jethro. Ball bearings and nails. The hallmark of a homemade device.
All emanating from the central point of the floor. Electrical wiring.
Legs, arms, and head.
Suicide bomber.
I don't suppose any of you have seen the head.
Still looking for it, Ducky?
Talked to the landlord. He said he just rented this place to a non-profit group. He's pulling the paperwork, calling him now.
It's my fault.
I mean, what was it about?
It's not your fault, Paula.
You weren't here, Tony.
Yes.
I've killed my team.
Outside. Take it outside. Tell me about the phone call and tip line this morning.
Anonymous, just a guy saying he had info on a potential terrorist attack. Should have gone in with those guys.
Well, yeah, then you'd be
dead.
dead too. It was an ambush. There's nothing you could have done. As I wouldn't stop to grieve until I put the bastards responsible for this in the ground.
No, it wouldn't. He'd just get over
What
it.
about you?
It could have been you.
It almost was, McGee. We were supposed to work the hotline this weekend.
Boss, you serious about that?
No way.
What happened here?
Hang on. Hey, calm down.
Who are you?
We work here.
For the Muslim Coalition for Peace.
Doesn't look very peaceful in here right now, does it?
Yazid, was he in here?
I found it.
Man.
You recognize him?
Yazid Fahad, our chapter president.
Yazid Fahad was a man of peace.
He condemned suicide bombers as cowards.
Yazid organized a meeting with both Shia and Sunni religious leaders for this Friday.
Clerics and holy men from 5 different Arab countries will be in attendance.
How many will attend if they find the man who planned it was a suicide bomber?
Where were you this afternoon when your president was blowing himself up?
Lunch. Together.
We're not criminals.
I'm not buying
both
it.
get a
I don't know
good
why. I'm
But
just
we
not
did
buying
nothing
it.
to
Gray Street Diner.
I'm gonna go with you.
Gibbs wants you here, Paula.
Why?
Sometimes I have to have my hangout feeling.
How long have you been sitting there?
Not long.
That's hitting
Really?
him hard. They were supposed to
Sorry
cover
about
this
the
weekend.
Nelson. I know you guys were really close. Same caller both times, and I'm assuming that it's this guy. Yazid Fahad.
Can you tell us something that we
Oh.
don't know, Abby?
Okay, how about this? He was in the Navy.
Or was a sailor.
I wouldn't be too quick to rush to judgment on that, Agent Cassidy. Jethro, could you come down here? There's something you really must see.
And the rate of decay of his brain tissue doesn't even come close to the time of the explosion.
I saw that guy walk through the door, Ducky.
Well, Agent Cassidy, I don't see how that's possible. At least one day before his bomb went off.
Huh? So a dead man walked in there.
You okay?
I just got off the phone with Amy, Special Agent James Nelson's bride of 2 months.
Shit.
I don't like making these calls, Jethro.
No CO does. Good.
I know, but my people are not supposed to be killed by suicide bombers here. I have a call to make, and you have a terrorist to kill. Catch.
You can just feel the whole vibe.
Bomber was dead at least a day before he blew
It's
himself
completely
up.
different.
Might want to give that some thought.
Who did you see entering the building yesterday?
Cassidy.
I'm not convinced that it wasn't this guy. I mean, how do we know that Ducky didn't make a mistake?
Tony?
He doesn't
Ducky
make
doesn't
mistakes.
make mistakes, Paul.
A suicide bomber who commits suicide before his bombing? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Reevaluate the crime scene. Do not come back until you figure out how the guy she saw got out before the explosion.
I don't know how you work with her.
Well, I worked with you, didn't I?
Funny. What do you think Gibbs would do if I slapped her?
I'm more worried about what she'd do. You know, Mossad assassin and all.
You don't think I could take her?
No.
Floor was slippery that day.
Okay, I'll do the left, you do the right.
Okay.
So how did this guy walk in here,
Okay?
draw the agents in,
It's a little dusty in here.
and leave?
Paula, you don't
There
have
has
to do
to
this.
be
We
some
both
way
know
out
what
of
I do.
here.
I do
It's
start
like
being
the
so
Joker
caring.
to the thief.
I have always been caring. I come from a very caring family. The Denozos,
There's
in
going to be a
fact, are
secret way out of
celebrated
here, back door or
for their
something.
caringness.
Trap door, something.
Good.
No, it
Her
isn't.
name is Jean.
You love her?
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, I do, Paul.
Yeah, except she doesn't think you do.
Wow, you really mean that?
Yeah, he
What's
does.
the problem?
He has trouble saying it.
Why can't you tell her, Tony?
There's a method
Just
to the
three
madness
simple
with
little
him.
words. I love you.
We were on this climbing wall. She made a little bet.
You lost on purpose.
No, I won.
And you didn't say it?
No. And he may even know
Miss
also.
Tony, it's a cliche, but it is true. Life is too short to not tell someone you love them if you do.
There's something
The
still
NCIS
off
tip
with
line
that.
received 2 calls on
We'll
Sunday.
talk about it
If
when it's
Yossi
brought
didn't
up.
make them, one wonders who did. The NCIS phone logs show that both calls came from the same disposable cell phone. But a third call was received by the tip line on Friday, 2 days before.
What is this regarding, sir?
About someone I work with. He is at...
He's what, sir?
I can't talk now.
It was logged from a company in Annandale, Virginia. Curtech Computing. They make software for disabled people.
Boss, if we can get samples of their employees' voices, we can match it to our caller.
Yazid is dead. You're sure of this?
Very.
So you believe he was murdered?
What makes you think that?
3 federal agents in my office may have something to do with it.
We're going to need to speak to each one of your employees.
As well as check out Yazid's office and any computers he had access to.
You watch the news lately?
Yesterday, right around this time.
The policemen that were killed by the suicide bomb?
They were police officers. They were NCIS special agents.
He was the bomber.
Oh, no. No. You can talk to whoever you like.
How many seconds between our bad guy coming in here and the explosion, Paula?
There's something with one
Maybe
of them
10.
at least.
12 seconds.
No back door, there's no side rooms. I mean, how does a dirtbag just vanish into thin air?
You've already checked? That doesn't make any sense. How the... Well, he can't Star Trek himself out of it.
Just finishing downloading all the folders Yazid kept on the company's servers.
They don't seem very pleased with us.
They're not very
Gibbs
happy
tends to
you're
have that
here.
effect on people.
None of these voices match our caller.
Great.
Are you sure that was every male employee?
All but one, Abby. Yossi Fahad.
Who couldn't have made any calls because he was dead at the time.
This is one of his training DVDs.
Ah, try that.
People, invisible, listen, close, suspect.
It's an exact match. Yazid made the phone calls.
But how is that possible?
I never thought I would say this, but Ducky was wrong.
What now?
Evidence cannot
Ducky's
tell you two
wrong?
completely contradictory things at the same time, McGee.
Yeah.
No, it can't. Except when it does.
Yossi Fahad, a former American sailor,
One
called
telling
our
us
tip
he's
line to
alive,
warn of a pending
one
terrorist
telling us he
attack.
wasn't.
Yossi set the meet here.
Agents Hall and Nelson followed him into the building.
According to Ducky, he had been dead for a day.
How can
Yes.
that be?
Well, you can blow up a dead man, McGee. Someone mimicking his voice.
Audio
Yeah,
forensics
that's what
says
I'd
an
say.
exact match.
And there's no other way out of the building.
No.
It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
Alive and dead at the same time.
One of them's wrong.
I was going to use the term mistaken, but yes.
Cigar, paper towel, water, and a candy bar. That one's for you.
I think I'd rather have the cigar.
I'm finding it.
How are you going to do that?
I know how. Follow the direction of the
Saw
smoke.
it in this old monster movie.
Some evil scientist castle.
We got a secret wall or something. See if it escapes.
Now don't move. Walls. Then the air pressure should suck some smoke through them.
Denozo, we checked this wall. All right, we're running out of daylight.
Something that appears solid when it isn't. Gotcha.
Special Agent Cassidy?
Come back. Gotcha.
Check this out.
There's a seal there. Look.
Wow.
He's right. He's spot on.
Pry bar from the trunk.
See, that's what I like about Tony. He sometimes thinks out the box. He gets a result.
Messing with a Buckeye.
There has to be. That's a completely solid wall, but you can have a solid wall that's on some sort of hinge or bracket or something, but it can be held in place by something steel next door. You need to go rip next door apart. That's what I would be doing next.
I'm from Ohio.
1, 2.
Oh! No.
I thought I'd just check it from this side. This thing is
Abracadabra.
That's a...
I was right. Check next door. That's how he did it. How long has this been set up like this? Look at that.
That dude closed kind of fast on it.
The guy that I saw was wearing mirrored shades this shape. He probably dropped them hauling ass from the explosion.
Means you're not crazy.
Not yet, at least.
Also means neither
Mr.
Ducky
Palmer.
or Abby
Did you
is wrong.
manage Did you pass Mr. Palmer on your way down here?
No.
I swear, every time I turn my back these days, that young man is running off. Didn't leave us much to work with. Thankfully, his brain survived relatively unscathed. I had a series of CAT scans done to confirm my suspicions. These dark areas show the most brain damage and sudden loss of oxygen.
He was suffocated.
Yes.
You have enough left to tell me how?
Explosion took all the oxygen out.
Yazid was suffocated with a silicone-based substance. Whoever did it was probably trying to make a mask of his face. Abby says it's latex.
Abby also says you're wrong.
So I've heard.
They've gone
Only,
to
I'm afraid it's the other way around. This
lengths
man was dead long before his bomb went off.
What do we got, McGeekle?
Well, Ducky is still saying that Yazid was dead when the bomb went off.
Where the hell you been, Denozo?
Solving the mystery of the vanishing dirtbag boss.
Yeah, what took you long enough?
He found a secret passageway into the store next to it. It was actually quite impressive.
Yes, it
Turns out
was.
those places were part of a magic joke shop that closed down about 20 years ago.
So I was right.
That's why it's
I
there.
didn't see Yazid enter the building.
But now we know we're looking for another man, and we're hoping, praying that you can pull a print.
They took a mold of
If
his
there is
face.
a print,
Boss.
Why'd you go to these lengths?
Got a question for you. That thing you said yesterday, we were really supposed to have the weekend duty Cassidy's team took?
Yep.
How'd we get out of that?
I asked.
Shit.
So that really could have been us.
Yeah,
It could have
really
been us
good.
every single damn day of the week. Sometimes it has been.
we got a fingerprint match off the piece of mirrored sunglass lens that Cassidy and Tony found.
Salman Umar, we interviewed him yesterday at Kurtek Computing.
We take him alive. Find out if he's working with anybody else.
Has there been some development?
Need to ask your employees
He's
a few
gonna
more
bolt.
questions.
You already
He's
cost
gonna
me a
try
full
and
day's
bolt.
work yesterday.
And go. And she's going straight for him.
NCIS, everybody get down!
On the floor, now!
That's how you know. Yeah, you are done. That was an act of desperation there because you had been caught.
He was carrying this. I want to know why.
Saying you don't want it to be a kill shot.
A covenant from Mecca sponsored by the Muslim Coalition for Peace, the flyer for the conference on Friday.
He used to argue quite a bit with Yazid on how they were destroying Iraq.
People have a right to their own opinions.
And you didn't
Gibbs
think to mention
were
it?
usually ignorant and colored by his own prejudice.
Well, he did.
Boss, you should see this.
White.
Is it mirror? Does it sound like Yazid Fahad's voice?
Turn it up.
Black. Display.
VS 12 still in development. It's vocal
We have that.
simulation.
We have
it
that
allows
now.
disabled people who can't talk to converse in a natural sounding voice.
You gave your company on your software was the perfect place and placement for him to be able to pull this off. To be using software that you designed and using for disabled people who can't talk, to be able to mimic voices and to be able to change frequencies and basically do what AI can do today now and just make anyone sound like someone else.
Would explain how Yazid was making phone calls from the dead, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see how he could have done it. It would have required a CAT scan of Yazid's throat and mouth.
This recreates Yazid's voice flawlessly. Why, yes, I do, Yazid.
What about you, Tony? And I like your shirt, by the way.
Abby.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's into the program.
Mystery songs.
Umar was who you heard type talking on the phone, Paula.
The guy that I saw was not carrying a laptop and typing.
Means he wasn't working alone.
It's the other two. Or one of them.
At this point, who's going to show up to this thing?
Oh, you'd be surprised, Cassidy.
But we only got one of them. What if somebody else tries to stop it?
We killed them, Abby.
We catch them. That's the preferred term.
We killed them.
Was the victim of a terrorist
Not him.
and not the perpetrator.
I'm sure reassurance from you will encourage people to attend, Director.
All the more reason for us not to back down, Agent Gibbs.
That's why we're going to help.
I have contacted the FBI and Metro Police, and they've agreed to increase security at your conference.
Yazid always spoke highly of his time in your Navy. Now I can see why.
We are in, you're dead.
The quickest way to stop the conference is to target one of these men.
Well, we're not going to let that happen.
Boss, what about me?
Yeah. Right, almost forgot.
Names of everyone attending.
There looks to be over 300 names here, and the conference starts in less than 6 hours.
Yeah, why are you still standing there, Mickey?
Yeah, get on with it.
They want to hold a ceremony for Yazid and Cassidy's team.
What kind of ceremony?
Really?
Memorial?
Where?
Wow.
Where they died.
Paula and Nelson were good men.
They were the best. I could have saved them.
Paula, that's not true. It was supposed to be us.
Us what?
It was our team that was supposed to take it.
Had it not been that, it had to be somebody else.
It doesn't
It was
matter.
going to happen.
Nothing does. But here I am.
I think this is going to make her quit. Jesus Christ.
Very clever. This side is clear.
I didn't think anything could make you jump, Officer David.
That was merely a reflex.
In America, we call that jumping.
Okay. We know that whoever was helping Umar was using that computer to recreate Yazid's voice.
How long is it supposed to take, boss?
Longer than if you helped them set up the no-zone.
I didn't bring you here for security.
You had to pay your
Look, I know I
respects.
screwed up the Kurtek computers, but I'm...
Say a prayer for your team, Cassidy. We'll take the heavy lifting on this one.
Probably gonna take a while for...
You were saying, McGee?
Wait a minute.
How did you get 3 potential matches so fast?
Because these fingerprints were taken from the first crime scene. Looks like it was someone who was helping Yazid paint the place.
They said they were meant to be painting it. They'd gone to lunch. Told you, it's one of them.
This was Aziz's dream. To show the world that these terrorist groups do not speak for us.
At least something good's gonna come from all of this.
Where is it?
Yeah, Gibbs. Put your hands on top of your head.
Yeah. Gonna have to.
Where's Jamal Malik?
He was here a minute ago.
Ziva!
I was wrong. It was the other way around. Fuck! No! No, Cassidy, I mean. Oh, no. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. She couldn't let anybody else get hurt. There you go. You need to say it. You could be dead today.
I love you, Sean.
Really brought it home to the whole thing today. Wow, I can't believe that. Sacrificed herself. And I was wrong. Again. That was a very somber episode with obvious reasons. Losing team members. And now that happening at the end as well. And then just giving us, not that they didn't need to, but you have instances in your life where something catastrophic or devastating happens and you lose people who you know or people that you're close to, for friends or family or whatever. In this particular case, it was a team that was meant to be off rotation this weekend. It was meant to be our team that's working it. That's really, in particular, I feel like it's really affected both McGee because he knew one of them and went through a lot with him, and for Tony with what's going on with his private life. So they've given us a snippet there of him saying, I should have already said it because I didn't say it, not thinking that too deeply about it, even though he knew what he'd done and the mistake that he'd made. He was even talking to Cassidy about it. But to come and say it to her now, to Jean, because, well, given just a slight change of circumstances, you would never have got to say it. And having an episode where we had both a conflict between what Abby had found evidence-wise and what Ducky had found evidence-wise, knowing that neither one of them, when was the last time either one of them actually made a full-blown foobar and screw something up or make a mistake? I can't even think of that. Even Ducky said, I will stake my reputation on it. So you just have to eliminate what's plausible, and whatever remains, you know how it goes. Has to be the truth. There had to be a secret way in and out, and there had to be a way how you could make it appear that a dead man walking was making phone calls and then vanished into thin air and Star Trekked himself out of the room. I enjoyed that episode because they forced you as the viewer in that one to put all the laughter kind of to one side, and all the jokes and all the banter. There was very little in this for obvious reasons. So we're just focusing completely on the episode and not really anything else going on. The only really sort of backstory we got really there was between Jan and Tony at the end there. Right. That was difficult for everyone involved, knowing that just a slight change of circumstances would mean we would have probably lost at least 2 agents of our team here that would have gone in instead, and that would have been quite possibly either Tony or Gibbs that would have been outside in the car. I'm hoping the next episode's a little bit more lighthearted after that, because that was a real heavy one. I will be back with it in the next day or so anyway for all of you. If you are watching on YouTube, of course, I would appreciate push your comments down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And of course, just to reiterate, if you didn't at the beginning, please hit the subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. We do 2 episodes a week. We'll be back with the second one in the next day, as I've already mentioned. And of course, as always, they're all available for you to watch in full length over on Patreon, as well as the other 3,000 plus videos that are available over there, full archive. All you need to do is check the link in the description. I will see you for episode 20 next. Take care.